good afternoon and good evening to my fellow chingus. Welcome back to the episode 24 of Chimaek Hangout. How are you all doing? Where we discover and discuss on fresh K-pop goodness from music to news, and sometimes the culture of Korea. This show is recorded on the 21st of October 2020. You're with me, Zaito. Let's get this episode started, and not to forget, do check out Chimaek Hangout on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and possible your other favorite podcast platform as well. So what do we have for today? So we're gonna start with our sizzling music. We have outdoor musician Suhyun's solo debut with Alien, Punch, I Miss You, LOONA, Why Not? And 17 Home Run. Follow up with our weekly hot news and topics. We have criticism on an idol group, fake marriage license, what the hell is this about? Heartwarming act of an idol, and lastly Taeyeon. What? Here we go again, we have another Taeyeon. What the heck is about this time? And lastly, we have our recommended variety. And what is this about, you may be asking, since this is the third podcast episode that we have this. So to give you guys a summarize, this is just my recommendation as a K-pop fan, as a Korean variety show fan to you on shows or dramas, either the whole show or episodes of a drama, of a variety shows that I like to watch, or maybe it will be interesting for you to watch as well. Alright, without further ado, let's get into a sizzling versus with our first person solo, Suhyun. Debuted on 2014 under YG Entertainment. No music show win for their previous song Fish in the Water. As a duo, they still won several awards like Digital Bongsan and the Singer-Songwriter Award, to name a few, for the year 2019 and 2020. And to be honest with you guys, after watching Begin Again, which if you guys have listened to on one of my testing experiment episode where I did a special episode just to do some play around on podcasts where recommended variety was actually born from. If you are not so sure which episode is it, you can look back. It is just one of those short episodes that I did in the past. It's very clear on which one it is. So anyway, after Begin Again, I have been looking forward to this solo. This solo debut of hers is just something that I've been wanting to see. As how her brother said, she need to do something different, break free from what they usually do as a duo, and this is how Alien was actually born. And Alien, basically, to give you guys a summary or a lyrics meaning behind that, Alien tells a story of a mother who unbuttons a long-held secret to her daughter, who suffer from basically low self-esteem, in order to basically bring up the girl's, how should I say, maybe courage, maybe feeling, maybe the personality, to bring up something within the girl. Sound quite interesting, right? So let's listen to it to find out what it is all about. Let's have a taste a little bit of this. So let's listen to it now.
told me you're my alien. 사실 넌 점은 별나라에서 왔어. You ain't planet used to be a champion.
Alright, so basically it is saying that the daughter is an alien that has this extraordinary power that could blow up this planet. Hearing the truth from her mother, the daughter gained courage, like how I said earlier, and discover her real identity as a super alien. And to be honest with you guys, this is done in a very quirky style, transforming from a rather standard disco throwback into something more exciting when it comes to the term of music. So I have fun listening to this. As you can see earlier, the song has so much sweet touch to it. The song instrumental tropes with a consistent bass, which is very very nice. Much of its appeal hinges on various rhythm guitars, loops and riff, which give the track a refreshing old school appeal, which nowadays we don't really get much. And since we are talking about outdoor musician, it's nice that they try to keep a little intimacy from the duo themselves inside this solo. There are modern touches as well, here and there, but the production is pretty much simple and single-minded, straightforward. This allows for focus on Suhyun's performance, which in the MV really drive the track a lot. It gives a very very nice touch. The verse are especially pleasant, with a melody that peaks in a few well-placed high pitches before delivering a very groove refrain. A nice touch itself. And to add in more, to say it in simple, the cheerful and full of energy burst of the dance pop with a major potential to grow as time goes on, which perfectly fit with what Suhyun said in one of her interview actually. For those of you who feels that you are worth nothing, why don't you dig into your own secrets? That could make you a super alien and join the alien army with her to shake the world. So to give a simple term, and those words itself actually represents the MV very very well. Why don't you try to dig around to see what you are, who you are in the past, or maybe what is your parents in the past, what they did. You may be finding some pretty good secrets that you may never know, and sometimes it may be something like a new courage for you. So anyway, this song itself, and with whatever I said just now, I just like to say this song is a very good song as a debut solo. However, I'm only able to give a rating of 7.5 out of 10. Reason why where's the 2.5? Basically the 0.5 is gone is because I actually want to give a 7. But I give it back a 0.5 due to the MV. The combination of the comical animations give it some nice touch. So I said, MV, alright, I should give you a 0.5. While the other 2 points is because the song actually will sound much better if it's done in a much more dance pop way. Although I love it that they try to retain a little bit of outdoor musician type of music in there, but this is a dance pop music, so one will be gone for that. And lastly, the lyrics itself, although it's writing encouragement lyrics by playing along a storyline, but in the same way, I wish they do give a little bit of maybe like a background on the story instead of just discovering. That will be a much more complete story to the whole music, and maybe it can give a chance for the song itself to blossom into something much more different. Like I say, a dance pop with this kind of music, with this kind of lyrics as well, is rare these days. So I was hoping so much if they can do more. This is just me, but maybe my expectation is just too high for her because her voice is just so nice, especially with the Disney reflection. If you know which I'm talking about, love it. Anyway, the rating 7.5 out of 10 for this song. I do say it's a good song, but there are pros and cons a little bit on this. Anyway, moving on to our next song from Punch. Punch debuted on 2014 through various OST original soundtracks under Yum Yum Entertainment. So basically, this singer rarely appears on music shows, and as well as variety shows, to be honest, but still have fame and fans for her OST songs, especially for her recent songs, which I can say it is a mix between her OST as well as her own songs, which is Say Hello and Say Yes feature Monbyul from Mamamoo. And why I say this, because one of the song is actually a remake from Scarlet Heart, the drama. It is an OST from that song. So nice, love it. If you have time, do check that out. So we are talking about Punch new song I Miss You, and this song I'm daring and willing to add it in. All the reason is because the Korean title of this song is actually translated to Your Voice. So this new release comes in the midst of her flurry of OST. A bunch of it actually for drama, that is Do You Like Brahms, to name one of it. And despite the high volume also coming out under Punch name, I Miss You is, well, basically her first non-OST track since Say Hello in May, that we talked about earlier. So it is a ballad song, and I would like to say it is a song without any repeating lines. Wow! So let's listen to it, see what it is all about.
밤하늘의 별이 떠오르는 너의 목소리 꿈을 꾼 것 같아 모든
I see. So basically, I Miss You is a low tempo pop ballad from what we have a little bit of sneak peek of this song. But I will say the song is slower than even some of the ballad style songs that Punch has become known for. But you could still feel the love vibe from the lyrics of the songs, as it shows herself as the main character who could not let go of her significant other and waiting for his return. Her light and airy vocal tone just brings out a very, or should I say a truly distinctive sound and sentimental edge to the track. The simple melody is straightforward and lending to the sleepy nature of the song is just so mesmerizing. It's full of dreamlike. The dreamlike feeling, I can't say more. It's feeling so good. The melody is completely carried by the gentle character that shines through the Punch vocals, and with the support being provided by the stripped back keyboards and program percussions, and not to forget the music videos, which is just a simple music video showing her longing. It's shot in a way that I can see it's a homemade MV. Why so? Although it is in high quality, but there is a feeling of homemade, like someone, a wife or girlfriend that is in a long relationship or who is far from their significant other waiting for them. It's just so good. This song is just pretty much your classic pop ballad. As I said, it's a sentimental song to a fault by reminiscing your significant other, by thinking back on those sweet memories, like how the lyrics has been written. Why waiting for the return? While waiting for his or her return. So this is not only for the girls, this is also for the guys if you're waiting for your significant other. Focusing purely on this aspect has meant like the song doesn't offer a lot of terms in their dynamic. The changes is not much, which I can say this is actually the downfall of the song. The song maintains the same energy throughout and doesn't actually have any other additional elements, which mean that we don't get much tension build in the instrumentals, only some from the vocals, nor a truly, like, how should I say, a show-stopping moment for Punch at all. Why I'm saying this is due to reason she has released so many good OST. Why her first non-OST is like this? I'd like to ask. That's my question to you guys. Maybe you guys can let me know what you guys think of this song, because there are pros and cons, but I see more cons than the pro actually from this song. Although I praise it, but these cons of hers actually bring down this song quite a lot. So anyway, pushing that aside, the song drives forward with the sweet sound sticking truly to its concept, which I've praised a lot. Regardless of whatever I said, Punch vocals stands out as the main event of the song, as they always should and always will be for all of the song from Punch. Anyway, I'll just give you guys a reason after this rating. Rating is 7 out of 10. I know this will appear. Why so is 7 out of 10 is basically 1. The music itself is not up to the expectation I have for Punch. Another 2 points is basically due to the lyrics and the song itself. I wish there are more, like I said, mentioned earlier, attention build up in the instrumental. So overall, the songs and the instrumental and the lyrics, although it's not repeating, I was hoping for something much more nicer with something built. Because Punch, I will not need to say more. Just listen to her songs and you'll know what I'm talking about. Alright, so with that, 7 out of 10 is the rating for our second song for today. Moving on to our last song for part 1 of today's podcast is LOONA, debuted on 2016 under Blackberry Creative. The group took their first ever win with their previous song, So What. Not to forget, they won multiple awards for 2019 like Popularity Award, Best Performance Award, and Most Anticipated Rocky Idols, to name a few. So, not long after the release of So What, during the press conference comeback for this time, the members not only are promoting the albums, but were also able to provide some updates on their leader, Hasul, who has spent the year on hiatus due to issue with recurrent anxiety. So this is what they said about it. Hasul, although is on hiatus, often sent encouragement messages and sent them beverages while they were actually practicing, which also brightened up the mood. And yeah, other than that, we want you to know that LOONA is 12 members no matter where and when. Oh, this is just so heart-touching. When your idols tell you those words, you know it is a very, very sweet thing. They want you to trust them, which is why not just appear? Why not? It sounds very, very good. It's an up-tempo electronic pop song that advocates being unique and free. This is what LOONA's concept is all about since the beginning, if I remember correctly. It's a funky and bouncy bass sound set the songs apart from others actually. The song begins charismatically and changes into a major key in the chorus, which is very, very nice. Let's give our ear some taste of this song to see what it is all about before we continue with whatever I have about this. Let's go.
아무 발걸음 다 말하지 대답을 빼앗거나 입을 닫지 그 아래 깨물린 붉게 물든 lips 굳이 숨기지 않을 반항기 I'm not a bad girl 좀 다르지 달라리처럼 아주 반드시 칼같이 잘린 똑단 발머리 나는 울리지 않을 뿐이지
Okay, while I was actually listening to this, I find out that SM Entertainment's Lee So-man participate in production of the track. Wow, this is some highlight here. So basically, I'll just put it simple. Why Not is a song that actually followed the trend of the 2020 girl group. Why so? From the instrumental to performance, there is a sense of rebellion that fills up the entire track, which is very similar to Z, to name one of it. It's far more rap driven, like how we talk about Wakey Makey, and it is far more driven, I would say, that expected, to be honest, reserving its only melody segment for the pre-chorus, which I don't hate. I love this kind of song because it gives a little bit of vibe like I Got the Boy from SNSD. So I won't say I hate it because it is those kind of song, true experiment that becomes success. And I do like to say, I love to hear LOONA lean into this sound further actually. Kind of like this kind of bad girl with those lyrics which could be called childish and innocent in some ways, but it fits very well with the MV concept actually. So this is what I actually seen from I Got the Boy, that I can actually say it is almost like copy paste. That makes me or let's just say it reminds me of everything I enjoy about second generation of SM girl group like Girls' Generation and FX. Plus, the pattern stickers on the faces of the girls, oh my goodness, it gives such a charismatic feels to the MV. To add in more, the edit does give the pump needed for the MV to have a very different feel. And I'd like to say it's been a while since I call an MV a rich man MV. So here we go, another Richie MV, but it's worth it. So many money was put into this MV, it just looks so good. Especially I'd like to say the rental of those cars, yikes. However, all MV and all songs have cons, and for this song itself, just kind of hang aimlessly in the moment. The song itself laying out something like a half-hearted spoken word follow-up that doesn't bring any new to the tracks, which is why I say it's very very familiar to how we actually see from SNSD, to name one of the group, which I was hoping that they build up to a satisfying centerpiece, while the MV itself just pretty much make a reverse in timeline after the centerpiece, which also I hate so much. And I do be honest that some people are confused whether you're a fan, and basically it can be nonsense to a few who are no idea what this is all about when they watch on it, whether it's a fan or not. To be honest, that I would just say that, which I was hoping for something, but well, I can see the splash of budget on whatever have been done. So in the end, they need to do this way to bring up the meaning of they are the rules. They want to control everything they have. So yeah, fair points to cover a little bit of these cons, but I still see it. Anyway, this song itself is a solid rating of 8.5 out of 10. So where's the 1.5 gone to? So the 1 is basically the song. The song itself, I wish there is a satisfying centerpiece. 0.5 is a good job of a cover up for the MV, which I'll say I'll remove the 0.5 only. If not, I'll give this as high as 9. Too bad. Or 9.5 is also possible. If only there is a climax to it. Too bad. Anyway, LOONA rating 8.5 out of 10. With that, I will end part 1 of Chimaek Hangout episode 24 here. So let's go on a short break and see you guys on part 2. Go go!
Hello guys, like what you're listening to? Please do follow us on our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram page. Links on the description, and let's move on to part 2.
Welcome back to Chimaek Hangout episode 24 part 2. Now we'll be continuing with our sizzling music with 17. Debuted on 2015 under Playlist Entertainment, have a total of 4 music show wins for their previous song Left and Right. As well, they won several awards for 2019 and 2020, like Stage of the Year and as well as this Bongsan, to name a few. Alright, Home Run, what it is all about. Basically, I just let you guys know this is a very meaningful song. Why do I say so? It's basically a song that is filled with lyrics that are so meaningful. We'll talk about that in a little bit more, but before that, the description of this song that I can actually give a summary of, I can say, is basically a swing-based dance funk pop track composed by Woozi, Bonzi, as well as Enmo, and with lyrics written by Woozi himself, Banzo, Verno, as well as Songkwan. So these are the production line they are doing for this song. And when we talk about the lyrics, the meaning of it is basically expressing the passion of youth and also providing a comforting and supporting message to the young people who are actually struggling right now. If you know what I mean, that is the struggle that youth, maybe like you, maybe like me, I have no idea how to say, but with how the pandemic are, some of us out there are actually struggling, not only with work, not only with study, also with ourselves, especially the top here in our head. That kind of struggles may come due to stress as well, is what they are trying to say. So basically, the theme of this album is based around the slight rest of the semicolon, and this is from an interview actually that was saying, telling you young fans of 17 out there who is constantly on the move to get some rest, enjoy your youth, don't go crazy. The last one is additional from me, don't go crazy. Alright, so with that, I wonder how does it sound? You may be wondering how it sounds as well. Let's give it a listen for a while. Wow, I see why 17 is on a A-list from this song, as this has allowed them to actually develop all kinds of songs that, like how I say for a lot of group, they are developing their own signature style, which 17 had already perfect it. No matter whether the groups goes light or dark in concept, you can easily and always identify it is a 17 song. Its energy, utilize of jazz piano and step of brass gives it a good verse going into a propulsive drive. Or should I put in simple words for you guys? Basically, it gives the verse a very nice and smooth drive. It means giving it a nice funky sound to it. To put it in simple words, the production bound forward with confidence, is theatrical and funny, and known exactly what it wants to accomplish, especially in the MV. The only thing that is missing in this song that I personally will feel about it is actually the sense of melody variety. It's quite straightforward to make it much more fun, so there wasn't any like changes to the melody itself, which is the downfall. But hear me here, but it was possibly overcome with the help of the MV. The MV itself gave it a much more fun and color to it. At the same time, there is a cons to the MV. The MV itself, which is the storyline, I would like to say the storyline is really not necessary at all. Where I do prefer that they make it a plain fun dance and showing the joy of youth type of MV to describe the meaning of the lyrics itself, instead of making like a stealing of a jewel, having fun. Although it does show the struggle of youth in a way and in a funky fun way and not really pressing or stressing on the event itself, but I more prefer than showing us or you guys, the youth, the brighter side that you have when you're enjoying yourself. I do prefer that rather than just doing it this way. So with that, with the cons that we set out, the rating I'll give this is a 8 out of 10. And with all 4 songs put out this way, you can see that the rating has been put out easily. First place goes to LOONA, second goes to 17, third goes to Suhyun, and lastly will be Punch. Sadly for Punch, although I love her ballad song, but for this particular song, it doesn't really bring out what Punch really have as her potential for herself. I'll just say that much. With that, we can wrap up sizzling music here for this week, and next week, stay tuned at the end for a little bit of teaser on that. Moving on to our next topic, or should I say, moving on to our next section or segment, weekly hot news and topics. What do we have today? Basically, I've said earlier, firstly, criticism on an idol group. And what the heck is this about, and which idol group was actually criticized? You may be wondering as well. I also been wondering, what the heck is this about? So basically, this is much more focused on K-netizen, which shower ideal with criticism for kissing each other during their music show trophy celebration. So as a celebration during the music show, they actually kiss each other constantly. It's like a kissing spree. So talking about this kissing, this happened on the show, to be more precise. And this is actually to fulfill their promise to fans. During their encore, they have this basically promise to be done. Whoever had the mic will be the next victim to be kissed. And it was fun to watch. The girls, the fans, are actually having the fun time looking at each other, attacking, celebrating their win. However, K-netizens, when they see this, began to criticize for kissing each other. They left a bunch of harsh comments, I'll just say, as they claim it is gross, it is sexual harassment. One of the top one that I've seen here is, I'm a girl and I can never understand why girls who aren't lesbian will kiss each other like that. Why do they do that? It's just effing gross. What the hell? I can tell you, it is a show of love. Why can't? It is skinship. Why can't same gender have skinship? It is just a way for people expressing their love. So why not? Why must it freaking hell go this way? I have no idea. K-netizen, maybe it's due to a culture, I'll say, because Korean cultures, they don't really show this kind of love expression, kissing in the public a lot. However, with modern days, well, still a lot still have that mentality from the old school, I would say. But newer one, generation XYZ to put it simple, will have a better mentality. But I won't say the majority, but however, for now, I would say it's the minority of this group, of these generations. So, with that, I have no idea why the hell this is going on, but all I can say is this is just crazy. And despite all the backlash, their fans are still showering the group with support and celebrating their first win for their new song together, which is a positive side to be said. At least we know that the fans are not taking this backlash or anything to a very high level. Instead, they never let the haters ruin this moment and let idols have their fun. So as an overall, I would just like to say congratulations to Ideal for their new win, and their song is quite nice, so I won't say much to that. Moving on to our next topic, talking about grabbing your buyer's attention, which I talked about in the past podcast. Today, I would like to add another addition to that list with fake marriage license. We are talking about this. This actually happened to Jennie and Lisa, where they received a fake marriage license from a fan. Fan service had been taken to a whole new level with this. So basically, this happened in a fansign. All sort of fun things happen between the girls and the fans, where Rose even discovered a new talent, but one of the fans actually bought something special just for Jennie and Lisa, and we are talking about the fake marriage license. And with that, their name are actually written on it. When Jennie saw it, she laughed and even flipped it around to really have a look at it to see whether it's real or not. So to put it in simple, before the fans had reached her, Lisa had already been placed. The signature had been placed there where it is needed to be. It means Lisa had already seen it and said, "Wow, no problem, sign on it." This is followed by Jennie, who grant the fans' wish by signing on it as well. So, marriage certificate, a fake license, well done. Congratulations. I feel so great that the staff did not actually easily take away the fake documents, and they actually allowed it to be autographed as usual. It is so much fun, and you can actually see her expression regarding to this at all, especially from Jennie. She entertained this kind of creative idea, and most likely Lisa as well. So this had become a special memento for the fans as well as the girls that will never be forget, which is a very sweet touch. Next, we'll move to heartwarming act from an idol. Which idol we're talking about actually? We are talking about Bomi. This idol, she is the sweetest and the most supportive daughter to her father. And if you guys who do not know, previously Bomi actually revealed that she held a special fan sign in Suwon in order to promote her father's new convenience store opening. Following the closing of her father's neighborhood supermarket, he decided to open this convenience store, which Bomi naturally will support in her own ways. And voila! A fan sign was actually done just for this and had been put up in the convenience store ahead of time. And on the day of the event, Bomi sat on the desk wearing a beautiful floral dress and chatting with fans who showed up to receive her autograph. At the same time, you will know that they will actually buy something from the convenience store to show their support as well. The way she willing held her own special event to show support for her father just show how much she is as a loving daughter. She really is. And not to forget, this is not her first time doing this. Back when her father was running the neighborhood supermarket, she made a late night visit and held a surprise fan sign there as well. which you can actually watch a few fansign videos for the convenience store. The supermarket, I don't remember that is one, but only stories or basically posts are put up regarding to that. A full video is available on YouTube. You can actually watch the fansign from there. Lastly, we'll move on to Taeyeon. What? Taeyeon, what are we talking about? Is this another negative news? No, this is a very good news. First time in 10 years, Taeyeon had decided to host a variety show. First time in 10 years. And not only that, it's with Shiny Key. So all I can say is welcome back to TV, Taeyeon. So which show we are talking about is actually on the popular variety show Amazing Saturday Doremi Market, which Key will be returning to the show with her together. And this show, if you guys haven't watched about it or watched it before, give it a chance. So many idols has appeared on it, so many actors has appeared on it. However, I would just like to say it's a very sad news that Haerin from Girls' Day will be leaving. Or should I say, Harry from former Girls' Day group will be leaving the fixed host position to Taeyeon. And in the past, you can see them, two of them have some chemistry, which is fun to watch. So the replacement is here. Sadly to see her left, and I'm very happy to see the replacement. Both of them have a different energy. Harry has a much more hype up energy, while Taeyeon, I would say, is much more a mature comedy and sometimes clumsy character, which is a little bit of different from Harry, I'll say in some ways. So with that, I'll just like to say once more, congrats to Taeyeon. How I wish that Sunny will appear and just play around with her as well. And we talk about 10 years. When I think back 10 years, her first fixed hosting role was on KBS Win Win. Oh my god. It means in 2020 it's already past 10 years where she had a fixed role on the Win Win variety show on KBS. That is long. Wow. That is too long. Anyway, hopefully to see this coming soon. And it is said that Harry will depart from the show and the position will be taken over by Taeyeon in the late November. So looking forward to it to see how the show will go and how the chemistry will be done. Alright, so with that, we shall end for our today's weekly hot news and topics. Moving on to our recommended variety show, I am excited to actually recommend this show. Which show I'm talking about is actually Sixth Sense. And no, it is not an English drama, it is not a movie, it is a Korean variety show. Basically, for this show, it is a show that is actually directed by the former Running Man PD, Jung Choo-min, and we have the star with his Yoo Jae-suk, Onara, Jun So-mi, Jessie, as well as Lovely's Minju. So 5 members in here, which is very very crazy. I pity Yoo Jae-suk so much. If you want to know why, just give it a chance to watch it. The show itself, they will always invite guests on the show. There will always be a 6 member. It means they'll be divided into 2 groups, 3-3, and the guest will always be a male guest, known as the 6 man. So they will visit 3 different places or people or hot issue or maybe hobbies and etc. And to be honest with you guys, one of it is actually fabricated from scratch by the production team. And the job of the cast as well as the guests is to figure out which is it. And the correct voters will win gold. Hear properly, they will win gold as prize. But however, in the recent episode there is changes, there must be at least 2 members voting in the same category or in the same selection. Only then they will win. That's the new changes. But for today, I would just like to say I recommend to you guys to watch the first episodes to get the whole surprise. You have no idea how much surprise I have during the first episode. Although it is not their highest rating episodes, but it is the second one if I remember correctly. The theme is about unique restaurant. What is it about and what type of restaurant I'm talking about? Give it a chance to watch. 6 Sense. Watch it, have fun with it, and as well, you may just continue until the latest. Guess that's all I have for today on our recommended variety. So with that, I will end today's podcast here with a little bit of teaser on our next episode for sizzling music. As you know, we will have Crush feature Taeyeon, Mamamoo, and not to forget, Twice. I will add in more songs, but I won't say which songs that we will add in. We may go up to 6 songs next week. Possible. I'll see how it goes first. This is just a random babbling for now. Last but not least, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're watching from YouTube, and follow us on our social media as well as our podcast platform to know our latest upload of podcasts. With that, be excited and challenge yourself as everyone's timing is different when it comes to dreams. Annyeong guys, and see you guys on the next podcast.